Hello dear learners, it's Vlad again with another video for you with some tips how to learn English. So far we've discussed with you motivation and listening, and today we are going to discuss the fun part, speaking. So what are some great tips and great ways to improve your speaking and to make it better, alright? So today I will give you several tips how to improve your speaking and how to basically master this fun but very difficult part of learning, okay? So we'll start from number one. The first tip will be about accent. Don't be ashamed of your accent. Accent is part of your identity, so accept it. Of course, take time and invest some effort to improve your accent, to pronounce the words as native speakers, as close to as native speakers, but also don't be ashamed of your accent. Take for example different countries where English language is official language. For example, South Africa, Canada, America, Great Britain. In these countries, English is official language, but they all speak in different accents. But doesn't mean that they speak incorrectly. So don't be ashamed of your accent. Work on it, but accept it and be proud of you, of your identity. All right. So next tip is going to be to think before you talk, and that's very important. Before you say something, try to gather your thoughts and think how it will sound in English, what you're gonna say. You may know the grammar, you may know the rules, but when you say it, it might, come out in some different way. So gather your thoughts and just think before you say something, all right? Next tip is to be aware of differences in English. So you know that there are two English languages, British and American. Although they are very similar, and of course English is English, there are some differences. For example, in American language, we can say parking lot, American English, and in British English it's gonna be car park, Or for example, in American, fall, but in British it's autumn. So be aware of those differences and try to learn both options, both variants, okay? So next tip is before you go somewhere, try to prepare yourself. For example, I always try to prepare for the interviews or any presentation. I would write some even script, but of course when you go to some meeting where you are going to use English language, you may take time to prepare yourself, review some topics that might be discussed on this meeting, maybe some vocabulary, okay? So prepare yourself, run the conversation through your head, and of course it will help you to speak more naturally, to speak more confident, all right? Next tip is to go out and try to use your language, try to practice it. For example, visit different events, meetups. I am a great fan of meetups. You can check in each capital of any country. Many people just create some great meetups in English that may help you to improve your English and practice it. So don't be shy, go out there and practice in a real settings, okay? Next tip is to get involved in debates and listen actively. What is the difference between passive listening and active listening? Active listener analyzes what he or she hears and tries to remember the words, remember the phrases, even maybe take some notes. Pay attention to body language. For example, when a speaker says I am certain, you see this move, this gesture means that speaker speaks with confidence. Or when speaker gives some sign or gesture like this, never, it means that he or she emphasizes on a body language, and it means that this is never going to happen, and a speaker is certain that this is unacceptable. You see, I'm using body language. So pay attention to those kind of signs, and that will help you to understand the speaker better, okay? Next tip is try learning about intonation and stress. These two are very important. Sometimes I feel that It's so important that many students actually miss that, you know. It's very important thing. Intonation and stress. Students make mistakes in stress, yeah. For example, how do we say event or event? Of course it's event, you guessed right. So event, and there's no other way to say it. Event. Pay attention to stress, and also stress in the sentence, which we may call intonation. Yeah. So when you ask a question, where will we go? Yeah. So you should, you know, stress and emphasize on the question. Yeah. So try to pay attention to that and be aware of your intonation and stress. Next tip is to basically use connectiveness. Yeah. Connectives. Yeah. I mean, those are words that connect your sentences and parts of sentence. Yeah. Words like and, but, of course, because, like. Use them, and these will help you to basically make your language more fluent. But be aware of filler words, and I see that a lot among students. Filler words are words like so, well. They are meaningless, but they are filling the gaps. Try to eliminate them. Be conscious and be aware of those, and try to kind of, you know, get rid of those words. Okay, so these were the tips for speaking, and I hope that these will improve your speaking, help you to, you know, improve your speaking. And next time we are going to discuss some learning techniques. Okay, some basic learning techniques that will help you to improve your language and make it better. All right, so thanks for watching. Thank you so much for listening, and just use these tips in your learning process, and I will see you with the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.